All right, guys, it's Sebastian Milo with the Boxing Mob, and I'm here with amateur sensation, soon to be pro, Jocelyn Camarillo. Jocelyn,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm doing good.
So, obviously, Jocelyn, you have a fan base in the amateurs, but going into the pros, it's a clean slate, and I'm sure a lot of fans will carry over, but you're fairly new, obviously.
Yeah.
So, talk to me a little bit about who is Jocelyn Camarillo, where are you from, what weight do you fight at? A little bit about yourself.
Okay. So my name is Jocelyn Camarillo, and I come out of Coachella, California. And I'm a three-time national champion. And I'm, barely starting my pro debut. I feel like I had a lot of good experiences, going into amateurs. I went to the Olympic Training Center and, got help with all the Olympians over there. So I feel like, it's time to take that next step into my career.
Now, obviously, a lot of people know you in the ring, but outside of the ring, before we jump back in the ring, what do you like to do outside? Who is the Jocelyn outside of fighting?
Outside, I just, I like to hang out with family. I'm very family oriented. But pretty much my whole life is based around boxing. I mean, I still carry that with me wherever I go. So, I'm really more home based and not really do too much, but yeah.
Of course, yeah. Now, obviously, boxing is everything to you. When did you start boxing? Like, what is it that brought you to boxing?
I was 13 years old when I started, and it kind of just came as a curiosity. I was always very athletic and into sports. I did soccer and flag football before when I was, younger, and I kind of just wanted to try something different. So I tried it out, and it first, came as a curiosity, and then I ended up really falling in love with it. So.
Now, obviously, I'm sure, amateur style, pro style is completely different. Talk to me first a little bit about your amateur style. For those who haven't seen you, what is your fighting style like, and what do you expect your fighting style to be looking like in the pros?
Well, I'm in the amateurs. It's all about points, and, you get 3 minutes, 3 rounds, so you have to, be fast and let all your punches go in those, 3 rounds. So pretty much I would always be a boxer, trying to get my points, a lot of punches, but I feel like now in amateurs, you get to take your time more, and so now I think we're working more based on technique and, getting to really pick our shots now, so that's what you should be seeing of me.
Now, obviously, you mentioned, and a lot of us obviously know that you're a 3-time national champion. Talk to me a little bit about the amateurs. I mean, at what point did you realize, like, you're made for this? Like, the pros is a real option.
Yeah. So at first, like when I first started boxing, I really did like it, but I wasn't sure if this was something I was going to do forever until my first fight came, and I won by TKO. And that's when I was like, okay, wait, I might be kind of good at this, So after that, we kept going to fights and everything. And then after I won my first nationals, that's when I was like, okay, wait. I was like, I was telling my dad, my coach, and he was just saying, he's like, you're doing really good. I was like, how would you feel about going pro, And I just told him, I was like, yeah, let's try to get as much experience as we can. And then, when the time is right, then we'll turn pro.
How many fights did you have in the amateur?
Hard to say. I had a couple fights, maybe like around 50-ish. Yeah.
Okay, solid. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the question to you also. Is like, a lot of people stick around too long in the amateurs. Some jump the gun too early. Why, in your opinion, and maybe your team, your coach, your father, is going in the pros now the right decision?
I feel like, I'm 19 years old. I'm about to be 20, and I feel like right now is just a good time, I feel like I'm ready, and, like in amateurs, it was a good run, and I had good experiences, but I feel like we're both ready to just jump into that next step into our boxing career.
Of course, and obviously women's sports and women's boxing in particular is really taking off right now, so it's perfect time,
Yeah.
Now, talk to me a little bit about inside the gym. Obviously, you talked about experiences.
Yeah.
I'm sure you sparred. You mentioned today one of the names, obviously, but talk to me a little about your sparring experiences. Who are some of the names you've sparred with, and what have you taken away from that you're going to now take into the pros?
Yeah, so we've been sparring quite a few, getting some good sparring out here in LA. And I'm very blessed to be working with Coach G, because she definitely has, we don't really have that much sparring back in Coachella. So, being here in LA and training out here has been helping me so much, tremendously. And, I've been getting work with Valerie and Lupita, and it's really good work. I feel like, they have kind of like a pro style, so I'm kind of taking that and, taking some things from them, but also figuring out the type of style that I have. So I'm definitely been learning a lot.
Now, obviously, I know, you mentioned you're from Coachella. Not that many limited options out there. Being out here in LA, obviously you're with Coach G, but training at the historic Wildcard Gym, Coach Freddie Roach, I see him walking around all the time. Like, talk to me about what it is like in your mind when you first, came here, and then what it's been like coming here time and time again, being at Wildcard.
Yeah, so I feel like, the first time, I was a little nervous. I was like, oh my God, Freddie Roach was here, and I, want to make a good impression of him. So, the first few times I was a little nervous, but, Coach called me here for a reason, so I kind of just, was still continuing the training, and they've slowly been starting to see, my hard work, and so now it's just kind of like I just come and just train like it's another day.
Of course, and speaking of hard work, I've seen, also being in Coachella, I've seen Chocolatito show support to you. What's it mean like to have a legend like that? I know a lot of people support you, but somebody like Chocolatito, that's big. What's that mean to you?
It means so much, seeing that a legend like that acknowledges my work, and and even tells me, because he tells me so much, like, oh yeah, like even before when I was an amateur, he's like, oh, you need to turn pro, and then I think just hearing those words from him like really means a lot to me, because I feel like getting praise like that from someone so big is just, it's a good feeling.
100%. Now obviously you have to look forward to your first fight first, but maybe forecasting a little bit in advance. I'm sure you have dreams and ambitions growing up and looking at the pros as a realistic option. Now that you're here, talk to me a little bit about, is there a dream venue to fight in? Maybe one day down the road when you get the opportunity?
Yeah, of course. If we can fight, in the MGM or anything like that, that's like, of course, the dream, getting to fight in big venues like that. But we'll see how everything goes, and hopefully we'll be fighting in the big time shows. We'll see.
Obviously, Coachella known for music and everything. Do you have a dream walkout or an artist that you would like to go out with one day?
You know what? Lately, it's been a lot of female rappers, and I feel like as a female, I would want to come out with a female rapper. So I've been really into Cardi B and Megan. So that'll be cool, but we'll see.
Maybe one day, hopefully.
Yeah.
Now, talk to me. Obviously, boxing specific. You're entering the pros, but long term, what are the goals? What do you hope to accomplish in this game?
So I feel like everyone always says, I want to be a world champion, I want to be champion, and that's obviously me too. But I think for me, what I mainly want to do is I want to be a star, and I want to like be known. I want to put my name out there, so that when everyone hears, oh, who's Jocelyn Camarillo, they know exactly who that is. So that's mainly what my goal is, to just be known.
No, 100%. It's a good ambition to have. Now, obviously, you're a little bit over a week away, right? June 15th is the pro debut.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about the pro debut. Tell the audience, where that's going to be, and what's been going through your mind heading into almost a week away from a pro debut.
I'm ready. I'm feeling really good. We've been working really hard, and I feel like I'm really prepared mentally, physically. So I'm really excited for it. It'll be in Mexicali. So yeah.
And how often do you think you're looking to fight on a yearly basis? A lot of people are maybe not that many old school, right, who want to fight, be active. Some you have sporadic couple fights a year. What are you looking at in terms of activity?
If we can be as active as we can, then let's do it. If we can try to get to at least 3-0, 5-0 before the year ends, that'll be ideal. But like I said, we'll see how everything plays out.
And then any last message to your fans, and then the new fans who might be watching and become a fan of Jocelyn Camarillo?
Yeah. So if you haven't heard of me yet, my name is Jocelyn, and I would love for you to be part of my journey. You can follow me on Instagram at j.camarillo7. And so yeah, you'll see the best of me. If you don't end up going to my fight, because I know it's in Mexicali, I'll be sure to link a live streaming so you guys can watch. But thank you guys.
Yeah, and if you don't know the name, you should know the name Jocelyn Camarillo, because she's got next.